And if everyone will stand, we'll have opening prayer. Father in heaven, we do thank you so much, Lord, for just a beautiful day that you've given us to enjoy. We thank you and look forward to the 20th of this month when we say that it's the first day of spring. We're all looking for spring. And so we just thank you for the seasons of the year. We thank you, Lord, for all you do for us. Lord, we just pause right now and thank you for bringing back to astronaut safely to the earth. Thank you, Lord, for all of our leadership throughout our federal government, our state government, our county government, and to our municipal government. We just thank you, Lord, for those that are serving and serving others. We thank you for our military. We're careful to pray for those that are stationed all over the world, for our law enforcement and all of their capacities, and our first responders, EMS, firefighters, and the medical personnel, everybody that really, Lord, just gives of their time, their talents, serving others. And you tell us in serving others, it's serving you. And that's what we all want to do, is to serve you. We pray, Lord, that you give each one of us wisdom as decisions are made. I pray you bless Mulberry, bless our residents. I pray, Father, that you'd be with all of those in our city and area that are grieving from the loss of loved ones, and those that are battling different types of diseases, and those that have different types of ailments, those that have maybe relationship problems or financial problems, health problems. Lord, we know that you is the great physician, and you can help people just get their lives together if they depend and trust in you. So we thank you for that. And we pray, Lord, that you'd use us all to bring glory to Christ. For it's in his name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and justice for all.
Was you want to talk after?
Oh, yeah,
just for the normal?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I'm going to mark you up because he called you up for committee report. So, okay, thank you.
So, see if that works. Right here. If he starts doing it, I'll know it's this one. I don't know. I apologize for that. Sorry. I know that hurts everybody's ears, and it's not good. Right now, we'll have roll call as soon as Steve gets in place.
I will now call the roll, alphabetical by last name. Please answer by saying present or here. Ronnie Adams.
Present.
Kimberly Bruce.
Here.
Seth Fisher.
Here.
Jeff Marvin.
I am present.
Sadat Rice. Here. Bobby Tweedy. We have 5 out of 6 council members present, so I'm proud to announce that a quorum has been made.
Great, thank you very much. Next on the agenda is approval of the consent agenda, February regular minutes, the March special meeting minutes, and financial statements. Is there any corrections, additions, or anything that needs to be changed on those minutes before they're signed?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Sam.
Yes.
Sadat.
Yes.
Jeff.
Yes.
Kim. Yes. Ronnie.
Yes.
Next, let's go into departmental reports, and the first will be our police chief, and Chief Gregory is here for that report.
Good evening. For the month of February, we had 95 calls, 63 traffic stops, 6 citations were issued, 4 arrests, 398 building checks, 12 assist outside agency. We served 34 cleanup orders with 33 rechecks, and we're working with a lot of them still trying to get everything taken care of and tied in their places. People ask why we have so many traffic stops. Some of y'all may know this new to the council, some of you don't. We may have 63 traffic stops and 6 citations because it's not always a bad speeding that we pull over or DWI. It may be something as simple as a tag light. Well, I don't want my officers writing people for tag lights unless, there's other circumstances, because I don't look at my tag lights, and I figure there's 5 people up there that don't look at theirs on a normal basis. So it's kind of like we give a lot of warnings on stuff like that, tail lights, headlights, just be stewards of the people and take care. But that kind of explains that. Of course, most of you know we're bad shorthanded right now. And basically right now it's myself and Officer Riddle, because we got one in the academy and one went to Ozark, and we've not had a whole lot of interest in a job posting. So we got problems there, but we'll figure it out. We always do. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Have we got any applications in?
We've got three that I know of. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, fire department, Chief Rivers here.
Evening.
Thank you.
For the month of February, we had 10 total calls. 1 was a brush or mixture, 2 grass, and 7 emergency, or medical, sorry. Any questions?
How much did y'all raise at the Sunday?
Profited $2,295.
Oh, good.
Yeah, total intake was $29.12, and then after the expenses was $22.95.
That's good. Everything was really good.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Next, Public Works Director, Alex Walker's here.
Evening. So for February, we had 14 service calls. We did 12 meter changeouts. Wrong button, sorry. 5 shutoffs. We did 6 hours worth of hydrant flushing. Still no mowing yet. We'll probably start up in the next month or 2. Only 2 water leaks. Any questions?
I got a couple here. I noticed 8th Street, I guess we got that paved on the end now, that looks good.
Yeah, that was state.
State finally did it. On our Alma Street ditch, I've been asked about the culvert over there and getting the ditches kind of more mobile for summertime. You know when that's gonna happen?
We're honestly just waiting on that ditch to dry up some so we can form it better.
Okay. Then the Carter Street sewer situation.
I've been talking with the health department on getting that fixed.
Okay. All right, I just wondered, because that woman said she's been through a lot of expense fixing that. Then our main water line out here on the interstate, this is some pictures of it. We got quite a bit of growth going up around it, and the trees are starting to suck up on the line. I wasn't sure who's in charge of maintaining that.
I can get with Darren and we can figure out.
Because eventually it's gonna start, it only sits in a cradle there, so it's eventually gonna start to,
Yeah, I noticed that the other day.
it's pushing on it.
It's been quite a while since we cut it back.
And I noticed on one of the columns, it's actually got a chip of concrete coming out, so I don't know who would inspect or check to see how stable those are on that. And that's only the north side of the interstate those pictures are, and the south side actually has some trees that's fallen. And I just didn't wanna get it down to a situation where it pushes it up or pushes it over, and if that line breaks, we're kinda in a bad situation.
Gotcha.
So any help we can get there.
Gotcha.
I will say on that particular one, we've talked about that before, and have noticed that we've done with the highway department and, you know, about different options, you know, types of barriers, types of different things on that. And so we have been working through that. Some of that just takes time.
They're not, particularly helpful when it comes to that. I talked to them 20 years ago about it, and at that time, I know it's changed, the division chiefs have changed, but they wouldn't help us on that. Kind of said it was up to us, but,
We're on there right away.
we're on there right away. But I do hope that we could get something. I've always been worried that somebody would have a traffic accident and hit that line. And
We've talked the very same thing. We talked, that is a concern of ours.
yeah.
And, yes, I wish there was some really good answers on that, but, we'll keep, working through that.
I wonder if we bought the actual guardrail, if they would put it up for us, just coming into it, they won't do that either.
We've not talked to them about a particular guardrail right through
That'd
there.
be the only thing I can think of, is maybe by the time they hit it, they'd be slowed down. Luckily, we haven't, the diesel goes off, it's, no matter what you guys could be going.
I just had a quick question. I'm glad we're having less water leaks. I got to thinking about how many water leaks we've been having. We had a rash back in 2001 where we had 8 leaks one night, and then it just kept going on. The control valve at the lake, I'm sure y'all checked that, haven't you? I mean, as far as it opening or closing too fast, or?
Well, let's ask Darren Fields,
Okay.
who did come forward. Darren, would you come to the podium and address that question about the
Yes,
valve?
we've been keeping an eye on that, you know, and we actually had replaced it several years ago, you know, before that happened. I think some of what it is we actually had, our SCADA guy come out with a thermal drone, and we actually raised the water level in the towers. You know, so I think that probably had something to do with it, and since we replaced Alma Street, that section, it's kind of slowed down. It increased the pressure, but, you know, we raised the water level in the east tank, I think, by almost 4 foot. So, you know, that in turn increased the pressure in the system.
Yeah. What about that PRV? Are you familiar with it? It's below the.
I know where it is located. We're in the process of trying to get it cleaned out.
The reason I asked about that, I did a little research. We put that in 2001.
2001.
And
Okay,
it's
now I
got
know with this expansion, that is going to be replaced with a newer version of it.
Okay,
So,
because they got about a 20-year lifespan,
right.
so.
Yeah, yeah, so that one will be taken out and a new one put in place, you know, once.
Are they gonna increase that, or do you know?
Yes, yeah, I think it's gonna be a bigger size than
Yeah.
what's in there currently.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, that's one thing I did make sure to cover with the engineers, you know, when this process actually, you know, we knew we were getting funding. Cover that, and, you know, that we knew.
I think it's just like, let me get this one off.
Because, you know, I talked to Junior about it and stuff, so, you know, I knew it was there, you know.
Okay,
I knew it had been a while, so we did get that in place to have a new one put in.
okay, all right, thank you.
As you know, we've been working on getting this project for the last 10 years, and it just takes so long, and all those things like that have been included in there. But yes, we are very, very pleased about the progress on the construction with the added clarifier and clear well and filters, and that's going very well. In fact, some people that were there today was telling me they were very surprised at how quickly the contractors are working on that. Okay.
While we got Darren up here, can I get an update on the progress up there and the progress on our lawsuit on the water towers? And I don't know if like Seth and a couple of them know exactly what the lawsuit is on.
Okay, as far as the water tower, I'm still waiting to hear back from Sean. I'll try to get a hold of him again this week, you know, just shoot him a quick email. I know he's working through the process still, progress. They are, every day's something you can tell something, has changed, something's happened. Every day up there, there's not a day goes by that they're, during the normal work week that they're working. Even the other day when that storm came up, they shut down long enough to eat lunch. As soon as it calmed down, they were right back working.
Yes, it's been pretty dry lately. And on the water tower, are we still is it monthly or is it yearly we pay on that?
It's monthly.
We still pay monthly?
Yes.
And how much was that?
I'm not sure on that.
Okay.
But as far as I know, we're still keeping the contract up, so we're not in breach of contract.
Yeah, correct, that's what I understood.
So,
and the only other question I have for tonight, I believe, is jug fishing. I was asking about that, why we don't allow jug fishing on the lake.
No.
Do.
No, I think that's in the ordinance that there's, on the sign up there, it says no jug fishing.
The question was, how do we come to that?
They get it, they can get in the intake because they're not being, that's why we initially didn't allow it. Now, I don't know if there's some change, but
No, it still is the
they
same.
float off, and somebody's not
Still
watching
the same.
them, and they can get within the 300-foot barrier, which the health department requires, a 300-foot barrier to the intake and to the principal overflow.
Yeah, we've installed buoys out there to alert people that that's a 300-foot.
And once they wash in there, there's no way they can there's no way of them getting them out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we've got
There's
1,000.
gonna be more buoys once we get further in the constructions part. That was part of the health department's regulations that we had to have a certain amount out there.
How wide is that portion where the buoys are?
It's 300 foot back from the dam. It's gonna, when they're done, it's gonna be stretched all the way across.
Stretch all the way across?
Yeah.
That's why I was wondering if it's too wide to put like.
Yeah, it's gonna be from one side of the lake to the other side, and they'll have heavier barriers that won't float like the ones that we have now, so.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Next, we're going to committee reports to Tammy Watts from the library.
Good evening, Council. In the month of February, the Rafty Graph Library has had some new benches put in, 2 in the front and 1 in the back. I just want to say thank you to the Library Foundation for donating the money for the concrete pads. That way, anyone connecting to our Wi-Fi outside that does not want to come into the library, or anyone using our Wi-Fi when we're closed, has a place to sit. The Master Gardeners will soon be at the library helping us plant a small flower bed back at the front. In February, due to the flu and other illnesses in the community, some of our programs were low in attendance compared to normal. The dedication and the hard work of our library staff continues to elevate the experience for all of our patrons. Their commitment to provide great service and creating a welcoming environment is truly commendable. In February, we had 2,251 visits to the library. We did 28 programs and had 318 in attendance. Our passive programs were 336. Our books that were checked out were 946, and the books that were returned was 803. We had 130 uses on the computer, and the Wi-Fi was 797. I just want to say thank you, as always, for supporting us at the Rafty Graph Library of Mulberry. Did anybody have any questions?
Thank you, thank you. Don't have any old business. Next, new business. This resolution number 2025-10. Before we read the resolution and before we have a discussion, I just want to say how this came about. Several months ago, when Jeff Brown was still fire chief, I was meeting with he and Jeff Marvin, and we were talking about policies in the fire department, and I talked with Jeff Marvin about looking at some of our policies then, and he volunteered to look through the policies and procedures, and so he went through all that, and he sent back to me, what you have here, we went through it, we got it to the fire chief, the current fire chief, assistant fire chief, and we've gone through that. And so this is how this resolution has come about. So y'all have had this to look at all this, but I feel like this was a good procedure, a good way to go about doing this. And so it's been looked at by all of the former and current fire chief. So would you read resolution 2025-10?
Resolution number 2025-10. A resolution of the City Council of the City of Mulberry, Arkansas, accepting the updated general regulations of the Volunteer Fire Department for the City of Mulberry and Crawford County Rural Fire District 2. Whereas the City of Mulberry recognizes the need to maintain and enforce updated policies and procedures for the operation of the Mulberry Fire Department, and whereas the Fire Department has reviewed and revised its general regulations to reflect current operational standards, best practices, and compliance with state and local laws, and whereas these updates establish procedures regarding membership, training, command structure, safety protocols, and disciplinary actions, ensuring a more effective and efficient fire service for the residents of Mulberry and the Crawford County Rural Fire District 2. And whereas the mayor and the city council have reviewed the proposed updated regulations and find them to be in the best interest of public safety and the continued success of the Mulberry Fire Department. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Mulberry, Arkansas. Section 1. The City Council hereby accepts and adopts the updated general regulations of the Volunteer Fire Department for the City of Mulberry and Crawford County Rural Fire District 2 as revised in March 2025. The attached pages are incorporated as the policy and general regulations for the operation of the Mulberry Fire Department, Crawford County District Number 2, Rural Fire Protection District. Section 2. The updated fire regulations attached hereto as Exhibit A are incorporated into this resolution and shall serve as the governing document for the operation and administration of the Mulberry Fire Department. Resolution 99-12 and Resolution 2000-12 are repealed in their entirety. Section 3. The Fire Department shall ensure that all members receive a copy of the updated regulations and acknowledge their understanding of the policies therein. The City Council policy put in place on April 2nd, 1996, prohibiting fire department members from residing outside the fire district is hereby rescinded. Section 4. These regulations shall remain in effect unless amended by the fire chief, mayor, and city council as necessary. Any resolutions, policies, or other actions in conflict with this resolution are hereby repealed. Section 5. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon its passage and approval.
All right, do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Seth,
Yes.
Sadot,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Ronnie.
Yes.
Go ahead and sign it. I have one other item that, excuse me, I'm bringing up tonight that just come about last night and today is we have a definite need for a brush truck. We've got, in our fire department, we have 3 brush trucks. There's problems with all of them. We got Fire Chief Ben Brewer here. He can come and talk about this, but I went to the fire department meeting last night. We talked with firefighters. We have brush trucks that are in ill repair right now. We have something wrong with all three of the brush trucks. And let me find what is passing out to you is what we researched on for a replacement truck. Melissa, I couldn't find that sheet that you gave me.
The single sheet or the package?
The single sheet. Right now we've got a 2005 Ford F-350 Brush 1, and that brush truck needs, just tell Ben what Brush Truck 1 needs.
Correct. So Brush 1 has had a injector stick at some point and has melted a piston, so there's no compression at all on that cylinder. And so basically it's dead to us at this point. And it's $6,000, I believe, just to replace a piston. That's an injector and a piston, and the labor is what they proposed to us was $6 grand. And Brush 2, the 99, are we gonna move to that one or?
Yes, go ahead and talk about Brush 2. It's a 1999 Dodge Ram 3500.
Correct, gas engine, and they took it out on a call just recently, and it has stuck itself in third, I guess. So it broke something in third gear, and it is stuck, and there's nothing. You can change every gear you want, but it will not come out of third. So, and then the Brush 3, which is also a 1999 Ford, obviously got the better motor, has a 7.3, but the pony motor is leaking, I guess, over time, and it's gonna need cut off, re-welded, re-threaded, and valves. But it has been fixed. They have took it off, I guess reworked some of the threads, sealed it, and put it back on to where it's more of a minor leak, but it's still leaking. But in that brush truck, that 1999 Ford is the only truck we have in our district at this moment, brush truck.
Okay, so
Down to
as we looked at the 2005, with the cost of engine and everything, we're not prepared to ask the council to do anything with that other than let us get rid of it. What we're proposing tonight, and what was just handed out to you, and we'll take all the time to talk about it if you want to, but right now we have in the special account, fire department special account, $94,529.34. This, what I called Rick Latham today, this morning, and that was at the Landers in Little Rock, and I told him, I said, we're going to be needing a brush truck, and what we would, the fire department says we need at least a ton or a little more, and a diesel engine, 4-wheel drive.
correct, at minimal.
Yes, flatbed that we can put our stuff on that and have one. So Rick Latham sent this to me today, a proposal. He has a vehicle on the lot, and as you can see, the vehicle that he sent us, the price was $67,926, plus added the 11-foot flatbed, $6,450, and 2 underneath storage boxes, $1,300, for a total price of $75,676. And so I'd ask Melissa to do some checking for me on some options if we were to pay for this, if we brought it to the council and said, we got the money, let's pay it, or if we brought it to the council and said, well, let's pay part of it and save back some of the money and do a loan and to pay out on this truck. And then when Melissa was doing her work and she called Rick Latham down there, she said, hey, I've looked at some prices around, says, can you do what's the very bottom line best? And we told the mayor this, and she got to haggling with him, and she got him to come down to $67,000 even, which would knock off $926. So it made it as you can see, it's written in $74,750. What we're coming with you tonight is we, financially, have looked at this, Melissa, on our funding, and we'd like to propose to the council that we purchase this vehicle to have a good vehicle in place for our fire department, and we would recommend putting a down payment of $35,000 on that, which would leave a balance of $39,750, and pay that out at $926.08. Melissa checked with today's bank, and they would do that 48 months at 5.59%. She checks with Citizens Bank, and they would do the 48 months at $938.09 a month, or they would do 60 months at 6.25%. Both of them were 6.25%. That to get the difference there. So since today's bank was less, we would recommend to the council that the fire department will be able to. Is everything okay, Chief?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We recommend to the fire department, or we recommend to the council from the fire department that you consider purchasing this vehicle. Now, I've talked if we actually, it would be great if we had another one. But since we have an immediate need, we propose this, and then we go into the procedure of applying for a rural services grant would help us without $15,000. We did that back in August, so we would be looking at the end of the year before we can get some help on that. And then we found that we've got also another location, another grant that we're looking at, that if we could qualify, we could get 90% of the truck paid for, and we'd be offered that. Tell me a little bit more about that, the 90% grant. The grant.
Oh, okay. I wish I can't remember what it was called, but it was the one I was talking to you about earlier, the 100,000
Yes.
at 10%. I cannot remember the name of that. So it was obviously an Arkansas rural development type grant, but it said up to 100,000, and then it said just at 10%.
Of the value.
Right.
Yeah.
And we may have to
So we're
get
looking into that.
we may have to do a survey of our residents for a census survey, because right now we do not qualify as a low to moderate income community. We've got to get, we're at 40-something%. We have to be at 51% low to moderate income to qualify for those lower, more grants on there. So we probably have to do a pay for a census, since we feel like the American Community Census is actually inaccurate. We've contested the census, the 2020 census, and it's been a tragedy for a lot of small communities. A lot of communities all over Arkansas believes that their census has been way off, and we feel like that we're probably closer to a low to moderate income community than what they say we are. Because we have found, and I personally talked to some people, they absolutely will not fill out the forms. They think the federal government's trying to track them. They feel like that somebody's looking at them. And so, and I'd asked the Census Bureau, I said, just let me go to the addresses. Don't tell me names, but tell me addresses that hadn't filled anything out. And I would just go with you and try to help encourage people to do that, but they wouldn't give me that. So the Census Bureau wouldn't work with us. So we're kind of caught, and we have an immediate need. And this is a solution that we are presenting to you that would meet the need. And since this vehicle's already available And then, Chief,
Yes.
yeah, let's don't have any other discussions while we're here, right here. Let's all, okay, let's, tell, the council, okay, on, this, vehicle, it would come with the flatbed, and then the equipment that you have would transition to this. So the only additional cost would be for installing that, is that correct? Or can y'all do that? Who would install it?
That's something we can possibly do on our own. So those trucks have not new reels, but we replaced all the hoses on there, and the pony motor on that one hasn't had any issues yet. But, and they're just a skid unit, I believe, just bolted through the flatbed. So that's something we can potentially unbolt. There's already eyelets made into that unit. We just have to set it onto the new flatbed, run some bolts, and bolt it down essentially. But the lighting and wiring and siren potentially would need to be paid for, or maybe sourced out.
Maybe send that to Fort Smith where we send our cop cars to get them suited up.
I mean, a new truck, I think that would be the best option. Yeah. I mean, we have spare lights and everything, but as far as wiring all that up, it would probably be better to be sourced out, so it'd be, at least we know correct.
Yeah. On the bed, is this a long bed truck or is this a short bed?
It's 11 feet, I believe, is what.
Let's,
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's our current truck.
Gotta be close, 10 or more, I would assume, for that unit, for that skid unit, like 250 or 300 gallon tanks with a pony motor behind them, so they're several foot, I mean, they have at least 10.
Is the current flatbed in good shape or?
Well, we wouldn't
Transfer
necessarily
that truck or?
it would be the skid alone, so the slide-on skid unit on
Yeah.
that flatbed. So you would just remove the tank and pony motor, and it's I believe it's a poly or a plastic, and they would just slide on the new bed.
Well, I'm saying that would it be possible to use the old bed on the new truck and
I
save?
wouldn't want to.
Huh?
I don't know if I'd want to.
That's why I was asking if it's in good shape or if it's rusted or
It
it
probably,
does take on a lot of water and dirt,
correct, you know.
fire.
Mhm.
I just didn't know if it's in good enough shape to transfer that we.
Potentially.
Almost $7,000 off,
Correct.
tax and all, interest.
Something, I mean, we haven't looked at that bed, and that's a Ford, and this is a Dodge too, so we were throwing
Yeah.
fuel tanks, size, I mean, might be a pain.
Maybe look to see maybe what we could get out of the old trucks. I mean,
Mike's not on. There you go.
it was, okay. Can we see how much we could get out of the old, have you looked to see what they might be worth or what you could get rid of them for?
I have not, but the condition of that Ford,
I mean, it doesn't run, so.
handful of thousand, you know, maybe.
If Looper had a consignment auction, we could take them to and try that.
Yeah,
Instead of
that's-
Van Allen.
So it's got the 6.0 in it, in that year model, and they're not a very hot commodity, that most people try to get rid of them.
Then if we're not gonna use the bed, most people probably buy it for the bed and rear end and stuff out of it.
Yeah, but especially the front end, it's gonna be
Yeah.
like a Dana 60, so.
What year model is the one that has the shifting problem?
A 99.
99.
Yeah, 299s and a 05.
We bought that new in '99.
How many brush trucks are we required to have, two or?
Well, we've had 3,
Yeah.
but it'd be nice to have 1 per station. I mean, at best. So we've been running with 3, and we broke 2 in the last week.
And on our, for the grant on the poverty level, or whatever you wanna call it, does that just include city limits, or does that include our whole coverage area out in the county? But I know once you get out in the county, it gets a little bit more
the
expanded.
low market income would be just within the city limits.
Just, limits, okay. I do, sometimes when the school talked about it, their level was higher than what our city was. So I knew once you got out in the county, it kind of went up a little bit.
We can't use any of the rural district.
You know, I have to check on that. It seems it would be reasonable to do that. But, I
Within our coverage.
have to get a check on that.
Check to see. The school run into that, like I was saying, and with Franklin County and Crawford going together, we were able to reach the threshold to do that. I'm just curious. I've got one other question. the fire department special account, is this still money that's left from that insurance money?
It's been in there, how long has that been there?
I'm not sure exactly the length of time that money's been in there, but we get, funds from the county sales tax
The
yearly.
master fire plan money, yeah.
Mhm. And I have actually spoke with Eric Simpson on, the expenditures that can come out of there.
And we're still receiving that funding,
Yes.
As well as the Act 833 funding.
okay.
If it's all right, I'm just gonna take over for a minute. I got with Dale, just, y'all was asking about the extra money to upfit it. We did his through Superior in Lowell, which is the cheapest in this area. The 54-inch light bar was $3,050. He said it looks like on the quote, that includes the light bar, switch box, and the speaker. So you're looking, that was last year's quote, so it probably 10 to 20% possible markup on that. I would suggest getting all new, because the old rotating lights, I mean, and I would have a professional put them in, because that's a good way to burn a truck down, Jeff. I mean, it could get a little western in a hurry, but, anyway, that's what you're looking at, and time striping's the cheapest for having them decal. That's who we're gonna start probably going to, is time striping, and I think they're about half of what the other places, I think they're about $400, give or take. So you're looking at an additional, let's say $5,000 on top upgrade.
Complete at that point.
I think it could be turnkey at that point. Don't quote me on that, but that'd be pretty close.
So about another $3,600.
About, I would guess 5,000, just to be safe, because I mean, that was last year's quote.
Yeah,
can't-
I just kinda
I
counted
can't
for
speak for
6
that, yeah. So, didn't mean to take
No,
over. I was trying to
perfect.
help.
And we checked with Reed and Dodge to see what they could do one also, or?
No, this is, one that they had available on the lot up there.
Yeah, I didn't know if Reed and Dodge had anything or not, since they're,
Well, we got price state bid. And I looked around on the internet, and it's in line with good pricing.
We do all of our vehicle on state bid, and Reed doesn't do state bid.
Reed and Dodge.
This is state bid?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is this 94,000 with our new $2,000 from the benefit, or is it?
That's in
No, the benefit is, auxiliary, that's not,
Okay, so that's a separate account.
yeah, that's not part of this, that's auxiliary account.
I make a motion that we approve it, through today's bank.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded that, this be approved, through today's bank. Is there any discussion?
Seth,
Yes.
Sanad,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Ronnie.
Yes.
Great, okay, thank you very much. Let's, go into, I've got, I want to talk about, our water and our sewer and our lines that, we have. Just a-
No, we're going on the graphics.
Yeah, I did some fancy graphics.
All right, good. I want to talk about, we're working hard on, water and sewer and, on our systems. And, we've got, a lot of, we work with our engineers, we work with, the different funding things. And as you know, we go back, to, the Water and Wastewater Advisory Committee. We have to go through those on loans and, grants and applications of that. Well, anyway, I got a phone call today from the health department. And the health department said, Mayor, would you talk to your council and say, tell council members that not to call us on the health department, said, y'all should, work on, your, together as a team, working through that, and, have your council members go to your public works person or your mayor, and, when you talk about, as a team on, you know, things that happen. And so a council member here, contacted the health department, about a sewer manhole cover coming up, and we talked with the health department. We've got a great working relationship with the health department. They know everything we do. He said, we're working really good with you guys. You guys are great. All of your water guys, your public works. And he said, just ask your council members to say, you know, y'all talk to the public works about things like that, and talk to the mayor on something that y'all are working through. And I said, okay. I said, I'll do that. So I called our city attorney and I said, city attorney, this is what has been said. I said, is this appropriate? Is this something I should say at council meeting? And the attorney said yes. And so I just want to make sure that as council, we know that we work together as a team. We work together on the things that we do. And when we have to see something out there that is affecting the city, then we as a group, you know, work together on these by the things like that we are doing, like our public works and our water treatment is working through on our water, our sewer, and in these situations. So I'm just bringing it to the attention to say it makes a council member look bad, you know, that is not working as a team. And so they asked me to do that. And while the person that called me, just so happened that Stephen and Melissa were in the office with me and had it on speakerphone, so they can verify that conversation happened. So I think it's important that, I know we've got new council members here, and we've got, you know, an opportunity to really, there's a lot of great things happening in the city of Mulberry. We've got a lot of projects going. We're working really hard on making sure our water is pure, clean, safe, consistent all the time. Some of the issues that we may have had in our water system could be related to this lawsuit that we've got against utility tank and not keeping our tanks clean. But our guys are really doing a great job, and some of that fluctuation that has caused some of the manganese that has dislodged in some of the lines. We've gone to even another system of flushing water fire hydrants, and we've got some guys in public works that are doing a rotational type, because we've got had a semi-annual, twice a year, of flushing fire hydrants in April and in October. And now we're going through there and flushing so many each week and making sure that everything is cleared out. It wasn't long ago we had some that had complained about some Mulberry water that was then out, and it wasn't our water coming out of the tank, out of the water treatment plant, because we had that really well. And the health department told me today, said Mulberry has a great reputation. Said they've done all of their testing and the no-notice testing in our water systems. In the last few years or something, there was only one time that they got a questionable sample out of there. But we've got good, clean, pure water consistently. On our wastewater, we have some pipes in the ground that have been in the ground for many, many years. We have some concrete pipes that, as the soil moves in the different times of the year of wet weather, cold weather, hot weather drying out, and all, that causes some movement in that. And so therefore, there's opportunity some for roots or something maybe to go in there to separate that. And we are trying to continually identify those. And in fact, one of the things that you're going to be seeing shortly is we have purchased a smoke machine. In the past, we've had to schedule way out, and it takes a long time to get rural water with the smoke machine come in. So we have our own smoke machine, and we're going to be going from manhole to manhole and finding out where infiltration is in coming in to our system, and then looking at where that when it dries out well, that we'll be able to camera some spots. But we've asked for help with funding agencies on replacing some of the sewer lines that we have that we know have been in the ground for many years. And some of the sewer lines have been there for many years. There's nothing wrong with it. There's some of them, it's just they're not causing any problems. But we replaced a section the other day on some areas that we had some problems with, and we'll continually work on different sections. But we're going to be bringing to you, to the council, here in the near future, an option to replace a lot of lines, and we're going to give you some data on cost of replacing those lines and the going for the different funding sources, and that will be coming soon, both in water and sewer. So things we're working on. We've got that, and we're really proud of our public works, and our water treatment supervisor and assistant, that they are really outstanding and really working hard for the residents in the city. And we are asking residents of the city, if you see anything wrong, if you think you have bad groundwater or something come out, call us. Call the city immediately. We'll immediately come out. We'll do a test right there on there. We'll find out where this is coming from and what this is how this is coming about. And we did find that there are some of the older houses in Mulberry that still have some lead pipe from our line to the house. And they may turn on water real fast inside their house, and that would cause some manganese to dislodge from their own pipes. So those are different scenarios and different possibilities, but we want to do the very best, and as we all work together. But we're going to do our job, and then we're going to bring it to you, because you're in charge of the funding. We're going to bring it to you as a proposal or as an option to go forward with some of these. And so, and as you know, with what happened with the Act 605, and where that some of the rates that we had have been low, and with the rates that have been adjusted now going up, now they were adjusted for the purpose of rural water and smaller municipalities that when they had problems, they never had the money to be able to fix anything. So this way, you have the money to pay back a loan if you have to get a large loan. Let me say like in the millions of dollars of loan to replace some of these, or the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and work through that. So I just wanted to go through that, and I know I kind of didn't want to chase any rabbits, but I wanted to make sure that y'all were aware that this Public Works is well aware of the different choke points, the different areas that has caused. And if people call you, if citizens call you, which that would be great, just say, listen, we're working on this. If you want any more detailed information, contact the mayor, contact the public works, and we're sit down with anybody at any time and go over everything that we've got going and planned. And you know, it's you know, you as council members, call me. You know, let's talk. We can talk about you know, if you see things out there that need attention, you know, it's always better to get accurate information from the mayor of Public Works than it is to go on Facebook and get opinions from other people. And so I feel like that I'm not here to. I'm here to bring us together. I'm here for us to work together, to us, because the city is doing so well on these projects. One of the things that I've asked engineers to do is we have the Dollar General market that's being put in here, and to help our seniors and help people. Ask the engineer to tell us what it would be, and I've asked some of our funding agencies to help us look for a grant to help us to extend the sidewalk from the senior center to the property line of where Dollar General market's going to be. So now that we've got sidewalk, you know, that comes from the four-way, comes there, then a person will be able to walk to the Dollar General, and we've already got a verbal approval from Jennifer Hallam, the CEO of Area Agency on Aging, to get an easement to keep it all on the Area Agency on Aging's property there, and not have to disturb any of those trees that there, or not be on the highway right of way, that we'd be able to put that there. We feel like that is a great, and we'll be bringing that to you, you know, hopefully next month, that we've asked the engineers to give us some figures. We've asked people to help us with where the best place is for funding for that side. We have, it's called a TAP, you know, alternative, let's see, TAP is
Transportation
alternative program, and that means sidewalks. And so it's an 80-20 grant. It means what the highway department would be paying 80% of the construction, and the city would have to come up with 20%. So when we're bringing that to you, that's one of the other options. We're looking at some more. There's other grants that are like the trails grant. That's different types of money in trails, and we wanted some more trails. We also will be reapplying that we do each year for the fund grant. That's $100,000 with no match, and it normally goes to smaller communities. And we've applied a couple times, but we keep applying, and hopefully we'll be able to get that. And that'll be for adding some more playground things in the city park, and some with some canopy over the top of it. And so looking at that. The Workman's Project should be they should be breaking ground here in the next month or so on that project. The engineers are still working on the getting all of their engineering done on the sewer extension to that to them. And so we're excited about that. We've got, I think I may have mentioned it before, but I'll mention again, the Wildflower Cafe is going to be opened up around the 1st of April down on Main Street there, the 400 block. And also the laundromat, if you've driven by where that the old flower shop and looked at the front of that, I think they're doing a really good job of what they're going to do. It's kind of ironic too. After we started that, I even had I think yesterday, I had a call from a person that said, Mayor, I said, I want to put a laundromat in Mulberry. I said, I'm ready to go to put a laundromat. So we had several people that said they want to put a laundromat in. But you could help out if you could find somebody, a beautician, a barber, a nail shop person, if y'all could help find somebody who could come in for that. Kay and I visited some of the schools on that, just try to get someone to come in. We should start probably in April, 1st of May, and taking the asphalt up at the industrial park and putting down the cement there. And what is a really a good thing, all the bids and everything came in. We still had enough money that we originally wanted to include Marlow Lane in there, but there's still money that we don't want to turn any money back, so we're going to be able to get Marlow Lane done also at the same time, which will help out tremendously. I've met with the cemetery committee and with the county judge on the doing a chip and seal around the cemetery, and it's been a year, 2 years or so. The council voted to buy the materials. The county would do the work and chip and seal that. And so in the meeting with the cemetery committee and the county judge said he would come in and they would cut in, they put the gravel down first, and they'll let the gravel sit there for a few months, and then later this fall come in and put the chip and seal on top of the gravel. So that project, I don't know exactly when the county judge is going to do that, but he just asked us to mark 8 feet off of the chain link fence around there, and so it'll be a little further on the very east side because of the trees that they have. So that's a good project that we've been working on for quite a while, and so we're looking forward to getting that project going with the county on that. I probably could go on and on because there's so many other good things that are on the horizon and so many other things. But anyway, I'll stop with that and we'll just kind of go around the room. Do you have anything? Kim?
April 12th.
Yes, I apologize, your mic's still off.
Well, no, it's on and off.
Okay.
It has a mind of its own tonight. April 12th is spring cleanup. So down here at the park, so we will be doing breakfast for volunteers to come pick trash up, and when they just can walk around town to do that. So we invite everyone to come out. And pick up trash. The dumpsters will be there. Will they have county and they'll have both, right?
No, that's
county's fall. This will just be just those dumpsters. So April 12th, 8 to 12.
And did you mention about the citywide garage sale?
That's April the 5th.
Yes.
That's the week before. So that gives people time to have a garage sale and then people time to clean it up. So afterwards. So they're one weekend and then the next.
And then Easter. And then Easter's the next one, so it'll be all nice and clean.
And Animosity Festival, so it's all in
cost on the smoke machine? Tell me, what was the cost on the smoke machine?
Blowing it up.
And while
I
he's
don't have
doing,
that.
while he's doing that, I got an update on the signs we were speaking about for the 3D archery park. I actually got 3 donations on those so far. 1 from Crane Kia, 2 from Utility Trailer. I got a bid from Tom Striping, as she was talking about. It's an 18 by 24 sign. It'll be on thick aluminum like street signs are, be reflective, and I'm getting them from $50 and $25 on poles. And I spoke with the state about putting them on Divine Prairie signs. They said Divine Prairie signs are actually going away, considering we took back Main Street. They no longer maintain anything through there. So since that's not a state-maintained road or a state park, and since we lease it from the state, it's no longer available for those signs on the 64 highway.
This is the thing that I was talking about before, that it'd be good for you to come and talk to us at the office prior to that, so we can get,
Yeah, I did it the last council meeting.
So, right, but I'm talking about coming in.
Yeah, I
council.
sent an email trying to get it on
Right,
the agenda, and I wasn't approved, so.
right. Do we have the plan? Okay, Seth, do you have anything?
No.
Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposition?